Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Cookies. My name is Lindsay, and I am so thankful that you're watching because this is going to be an entertaining show. And it's Friday. It did not feel like Friday when I woke up, but I'm thankful for Friday. Are you thankful for Friday? If not, you should jump on this thankful train. And Nick is literally shaking his head at me. So that's my cue to pop it over to him.
There we go. Just come on over. Come on over to the dark side. Come on over to the dark side, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is Friday. We're going to have a little coffee and cookies, a little conversation with y'all. And, it's... I hope y'all ready for this because we're going to talk about another parenting topic that's going to rub some people the wrong way.
We get the most comments when we do these.
We do. And it's great because the people who are commenting, I know who runs their household. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go we'll do the little split screen action right here. So welcome, join. Are you ready? Sit down, grab your coffee. On that note,
I had my sip while he was doing his thing. Yeah.
Maybe have your breakfast. Maybe you're eating a little cookies. If you're eating cookies in this morning and you're doing SoulCon, bad. If you're not doing SoulCon, good.
I am kind of excited to have a Girl Scout cookie when this is all over.
Which one?
The only one.
No.
Yes.
But which one?
Thin Mints.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. The only one. The only one that matters.
The only
one.
You stick them in the freezer.
Yeah. Then you put them in ice cream. Oh. Yes.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
It makes mint chocolate chip ice cream look like amateur hour. It is so good.
What kind of ice cream do you put it in?
You just put in vanilla.
Vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Oh,
I would have gone for chocolate.
This is not the direction of this conversation was supposed to go. Well, it's about ice cream today. Since we can't have it.
I mean,
why not, right? There we go. There we go. So the question of the day.
Sorry, I just felt really short, and I just wanted to get
You are
adjusted.
short.
I'm not that short. Not compared to you. If I'm short, you're short.
How's that? Let's get on topic, because Lindsay likes to be wrong today. So I have a question for the audience, and that is, who runs your household? And this conversation came about because of yesterday's conversation. And after Lindsay and I got off camera, we were like, we were having these conversations, and, we have friends and people in church, and we have friends outside of church, and some of the friends in our lives, I can't tell if the parent runs the household or if the child runs
totally tell.
the household. I'm trying to be nice right now. Let me be nice. Let me be nice to the audience,
be nice
Lindsay.
Later. Just
be
tell
nice
the truth
later.
right now.
Wow. Okay, so that's the question, right? Who runs that household? Lindsay, who runs your household?
Depends on the day, actually.
You're going to have to elaborate on this now.
Majority, it's Dustin or myself or us as a unit together. But there are some days where, mom and dad are exhausted and don't really want to fight the battles. So we let the kids win.
I love your honesty right now.
Yeah. I mean, why lie about it?
No, it's not
true.
Lying about it. Okay,
What's the opposite of honesty? You just said I love your honesty. Why lie about it?
Wait, what? I was reading. I really wasn't paying attention.
You said I love your honesty.
Yes, I love your honesty.
Well, why lie about it? And he's like, well, it's not really a lie. I'm like, well, what's the opposite of honesty?
Is it lying or fibbing?
They're the same thing.
It depends on how old you are.
Oh, man.
So here we go, right? So in your household, okay, so on these days that the kids are running the household, we're going to have fun with this, right? What happens? Like, is it a discipline thing? Is it a, hey, the kids have all the sweets they want type thing? Like, when your kids run the household, what happens?
Honestly, it's mom's.
Yes, because we don't want you to lie to us.
I know I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, it's mom choosing to not be consistent with them.
Mom choosing to not be consistent.
Yes. So, like, I have my good days and I have my bad days, and you know, there's times where kids will ask for something and they don't say please or thank you, or they're not using their manners or whatever. And I'll just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And usually I say no. And they're like, why? I'm like, you didn't ask me nicely. I'm not giving in to you because you're demanding something from me. Like, but when I'm having my off day, it's like, sure, yeah, I don't care. Stop. Like, just
walk away and go. Just take it.
Just
Yeah,
do whatever. Yes, just whatever. Mm-hmm.
So
and then
Lindsay has off days.
And then it's usually like somebody else in the family. Like if Lexi is doing it, then Tristan will be like, Mom, she didn't say please. I'm like, oh, you're right. Thank you for making me better. Yeah. Or it's Dustin if it's Tristan or Lexi. You know, it's just depending on who's around. Or I will bring it up to Dustin if he's having an off day. I don't know. You know, we're just all like an amoeba.
Wishy-washy.
Nobody is on 100% all the time. Nobody. And if you say you are, you're lying. Everybody has off days. Everybody falls. Why are you looking at me like that?
That look was to make sure that I didn't say that I'm on like 100% of the time. So what she just did right there was made sure she printed. That's a preemptive strike.
Yeah.
Yes. So here we go, right? I don't know if we are as lenient as y'all are. I don't think we are. No. Even on our off days, I don't think we're as lenient. But that comes from a military background and some different things that I know that I went through when I was growing up, right? Mm. So I don't know if we have that same leniency with our kids.
So what is it? What does an off day look like for y'all?
What is it? I don't know what an off day look like for you. Want it staying in bed all day. That's an off day. An off day is when...
My husband would murder everybody if he had to stay in bed all day.
An off day. You want to know what? Here we go. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about this, Amber and I have had kind of like a pass off day. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Nick, I need you to take the kids. I need to go get a nap. Mm. Right? Or Amber, I need you to take the kids. I need a nap. So an off day, I think we do a good job of passing it back and forth. Mm-hmm. But, and this is not the direction that this conversation was designed to go in, but this is greatness. So, you know, but I think that's why, as a parent, as a single parent, it's so much harder.
Oh, so much harder. I can't even imagine.
Because you don't have someone to listen. I need to breathe. Mm-hmm. I need to recharge. Can you take the kids and take them to the park? Can you take the kids? So here we go. Like this last weekend, right? Amber needed a nap. What do we do? The girls got mini time and minis as the little iPad minis, right? They got to have some mini time. And Amber got to take a nap, and I tried to keep the household quiet. So that's what we did. The weather was not nice, and we were not going to the park.
Mm-hmm. It was real cold.
It was really cold, and it was just like, and it was cloudy.
Lexi has to go swimming that day.
Of course she did, right? Isla did too. I was like, can we go jump in the pool? I'm like, no. I mean, you want to know what? I cannot wait till they're 5 and 6 years old. They're like, can we go jump in the pool? And be like, sure. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yep. Here we go. Polar bear swim. Look out. You know,
Lexi went swimming in our bathtub last night. She had her swimsuit on and everything.
Really? Yeah. Oh, goodness. But I think that if you're a married couple, you know, you really have it. Okay, let me rephrase this. If you're a married couple and your spouse is on your team, to make sure we define that, right? Then being able to pass that leadership role back and forth to help take care of the kids and keep them on the straight and narrow per se is such a benefit. It's such a benefit. And And as a parent, that's why you need to make sure that you are surrounded by other couples that they're in alignment and moving together. Right. It's really nice that when Amber and I are not always in sync, we have our friends, Lindsay and Dustin, to come and talk through situations that might be going on before maybe we go talk to our spouse. Right.
Or take the kids so they can have a quiet house all together.
There you go. Right. Or sometimes when you notice that your friends are maybe having a little bit of a struggle. Hey, why don't we take your kids for an afternoon? Why don't you guys go take a nap or go have a picnic or go to the park and just talk? Because, and it's funny because my husband and your husband, not my husband, your husband. Oh, hello, Dustin. Your husband and I were talking about this as we were dropping off the vehicle to get it repaired. It was, as a parent, you get up, you get the kids ready, you go to work, you need to give 100% at work, and then you're going to drive home and you need to give 100% to your spouse and your kids. And at the end of the day, maybe you have a little bit of energy left for yourself.
I'm a little drained just hearing about this 100% all day.
It's the only way to live, 100%, right? So it is demanding not just on the guys, it's also demanding on the women because, you have a career. We're building a business together, right? You're waking up, you're getting the kids ready, you're going through your career part, you're going home, you have dinner, and then at the end of the day, it's, I finally get a little bit of time for me, right? Amber wakes up, she takes care of the kids all day, right? I come home. Great. We got to get dinner ready. We got to take care of the kids. We got to make sure that they're and we're not even into homework yet, right? We're not even into homework yet, right? Taking care of the kids. And then at the end of the day, you have this little bit of left over. It's so important. And this is what I love about what Pastor Keith teaches, okay? You need to have a date night at least once per month, if not more, right? But what Pastor Keith teaches is his anniversary is not once a year, it's once a month. Pastor Keith recognizes their anniversary every month. And it's funny because some of the couples that we're starting to create relationships with, they do the same thing.
We have our date night on our anniversary day.
Doesn't matter what day it's on.
If it's on yes. I mean,
so around, right? But still, y'all celebrate it. You all celebrate. You intentionally make time to go, and the world needs to stop for us.
Right. So
right?
if it's anything that we can rearrange, nope, that's date night, and we go out.
There you go.
Whether that's hey, let's just go out window shopping. Let's go for a walk after the kids go to bed or before dinner. We're very fortunate to have my mother-in-law live with us. So she's very great and helpful with the kids and willing to, be there to watch them whenever she can, really. So it's hey, we're going to go have a date night. And she's fine with it. She's like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
But it's something that's intentional. Okay. So this is where having a marriage, okay, and then having a marriage starts to shift, right? Because at the end of the day, during the work week, a lot of times you're giving your spouse the energy that's left.
Right. Leftovers. So sorry, honey.
No. But this is not just our relationships.
Yes.
This is relationships in America. This is relationships in the world. You're doing everything to move the family forward, and sometimes the only time you get is what's left to give to your spouse at the end of the day. Like last night, the girls got to bed about 8 or 8:30. I'm sure Amber will let us know in the comments, right? But after that, I was so drained. Because now we're getting back into working out. Now we're getting back into being healthy. And honestly, my body is not the 19-year-old body it used to be that I could hammer out a workout and recover in one day and go at it again, right? So it's when you're daily giving your spouse just a little bit that's left, okay? then you have to be intentional about those dates. Okay. And I'm not saying it has to be a weekly thing. I'm talking about a monthly thing. Now, eventually I would like to get to a point where maybe it's a monthly date, and then maybe we have like a family vacation like once every 6 months, right? To really just recharge. And I'm not talking about, this was something that, you know, on our family vacations, it was a little difficult because sometimes we would go on family vacations and there would just be so many things outlined to get done that is it a vacation or is this another grind just in a different location?
Right.
Right. I'm talking about a real vacation where, you know, I remember my dad used to take us to, there used to be a Wet n Wild in Garland. Okay. And we lived in Mesquite. And we would go to the Wet n Wild. We'd be there all day. And it gave my parents some time to just, you know, just to sit around and talk and, you know, have a picnic type thing. And the kids were entertained, right? Like we would just go swimming, go down the slides and just.
You have to be a certain age for that. For sure.
Correct.
Like my kids are not at that point. They'd be like, Mom, come with me. Be like,
But here we go. Like if you have young ones, if you live in Collin County, okay, there are so many great parks around here. If you're like, well, I don't really know where one is, off of 75 and right before you get to El Dorado, on the right, if you're heading north on 75, on the right side, there's this brand new park. And it's so the reason why I know this is because we used to live over there. And there's a pond that has it's a 1 mile around.
That's not brand new.
No. There's a new one, and it's massive.
Really?
Yes, because, and again, your husband and I were talking about this. We were like, hey, that's a new park. He goes, yeah, they put that up just after we moved.
Huh.
So yeah, so there's I know what
there's the duck park.
There's the duck park. Yeah. That's the little one now.
That's a mile around as well, a pond.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
so that duck park is on one side. They just built another park
on the other side.
That makes Duck Park look small. And if you know what this park is, that's already a big park.
That is a big park.
That is. But I mean, going out and going to parks and having some time to get the energy out of your kids, but then you being able to take the time to speak to your spouse, right? It doesn't always have to be an expensive date to start having those conversations. Right. It doesn't always have to be an expensive date to start having, and here we go, right? Maybe during those conversations, it's not always about, you know, venting or about problems. Maybe you sit down with your spouse and you actually have a planning session. And maybe you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know. No, I'm not saying you need to plan the year. I'm not saying you need to plan the next 30 days. Hey, what are some little wins that we would like to accomplish over the next 30 days? What can you keep me accountable to over the next 30 days?
You know, we got a housewarming gift from a friend of ours, and it's this little box, and inside it has all these conversational questions to do with your spouse or So I'm like, we actually haven't like dug real deep into it yet because we always have stuff to talk about, but like if you're ever like to that point of, or maybe you make that a point of on your dates, take 2 of these cards or 3 of these cards and, you know, bring those up in your date. Because it just brings up different perspective. It's not like a planning session. It's not a venting session. It's interest in that other person. It's learning more about what's in their brain and what they think and how they feel or how they view things and just going down that perspective.
That's good. I need you to go ahead and brand these coffee and cookies and let's sell them. Like at cost.
I think I can do that.
No,
I mean, like a company actually made these.
Oh, okay,
they're not
okay.
like,
I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, they're not like.
Well, great, Lindsay. I need you to come up with
different questions.
52 questions, one for every week. Let's put them on some cards and let's market them. Coffee and cookies. Lindsay, we can have a we can have a cookie edition and a coffee edition.
Oh, I like this.
And the cookie edition is like a lighter color, and the coffee edition is like a darker color.
The espresso.
Yes.
Peanut butter, cookies, and espresso.
Oh my. Thank you for letting me know what I cannot enjoy right now. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, Nick, is that how you feel about it?
What did David call this the other day?
Devil's water.
Yes, Amber was asking me about that last night.
The devil's water.
There you go. This is delicious.
The dark side has approached.
There you go. There you go. So here we go, right? Maybe some people are tuning in right now. They're like, yeah, but I'm not married. Dates. Like, seriously, like you people, not you people. Yes, you people. Some of you people just rushing, and here we go, right? A lot of people that I'm seeing right now are really rushing hard into relationships. Okay? Slow down.
Because they think they want something. They think the grass is greener on the other side.
Well, okay, sure.
We can go
with that. We can go with that. Or slow down. Slow down. Like, seriously, slow down. Again, I'm going to go back to a Pastor Keith's story. He was talking about how one of the guys that married one of his daughters came up and told him, like, hey, I believe I'm supposed to marry your daughter. And Pastor Keith was like, great, you need to take it slow. Like, don't go tell her that right now. Like, you need to be in her friend group, and then you need to, maybe do some dating, and then you need to court her, right? And I think I'm seeing this trend right now of, hey, COVID, I'm lonely. I'm going to rush into this relationship and let's rush and get married. And you're seeing this rush through. And I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm saying you maybe need to pump the brakes a little bit and go, hey, maybe we should do some couples counseling, or maybe we should go through a couples course, or maybe we should go through a premarital course. Yeah. Right. And slow that down a little bit. It's so funny because when you look back in hindsight, you watch these people who date and they get married so quickly and so young, and you're like, you haven't even lived through 20% of your life. Like, you haven't even, and that's great. I know that you love this individual, and I'm not saying you don't.
Right.
But pump the brakes a little bit. Okay. And ask the question to the people who are inside your sphere of influence, right? Who do you recommend for premarital counseling? What maybe, and this could be a hard question. Hey, we know that you're a friend of both of ours. What are some issues that maybe you see in our relationship that we don't see? Right? Are you willing to have that hard conversation with your friends? Like, hey, like, I'm thinking of getting engaged to this individual. Are you, as a friend, are you seeing anything that maybe I'm not seeing? Right? Or as a young lady, right? Hey, we've been dating for a while now. Are you seeing anything in this relationship that I'm not seeing? And asking, and you're not asking for that individual to go slam on the relationship if they don't agree with it. I'm saying this, it's to ask that question so they can maybe open your eyes to maybe something you don't even see.
But you have to make sure that you're in the right mindset and your heart is in the right place of, are you going to actually hear what they have to say?
Or are you just going to brush it off?
Right.
Right. I think that's, good for you, Angelina. See, this is how you know Rosalie's raised some good kids. When Angelina won't just have that conversation,
right?
But she's going to share online with the rest of us on here that says we've actually been having that conversation with our parents.
Yep.
And I think that not just speaks to Angelina's what's what I'm looking for.
Maturity.
Thank you, maturity. But it also speaks to the relationship that she has with her parents.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who would love to be able to ask their parents those kinds of questions, but go, my parents' relationships are so no. I had a choice of a lot of words that went through my head, and I chose no out of all of them.
Dysfunctional.
Sure.
Weird,
like
that Pastor Keith said.
Yeah, there you go. Right. That I don't know if I could ask my.
So much.
Well, and here we go. Right, but I don't know. I don't know if I could even ask my parents for some insight. Okay, so if you don't have that, okay, if you don't have Angelina's family, right? Go see Pastor Buddy. Okay, schedule some time, go to the church and ask people. Okay, ask people like Pastor Buddy, who that is exactly what he does. He leads marriage courses. He's really good at listening, and he's really good at deciphering and helping you if something is out of alignment. getting it realigned. Okay. And what he's not going to do it for you. All right. But if you're thinking of taking this next step, get some outside good people's opinions and sight into that, into the relationship that you're, because after you get married, you're married.
So going back to the dating thing, I think a lot of people are in this, like going back to when I used to date, and, did you get to know the real person right away? And it felt like there was this time period of, oh, this is just kind of like the honeymoon dating phase where everything's great and you like everything about this person because they're all putting on a show, right? And you're like, oh, I have to be on my best behavior. And then you when is it that you get to know the real person? Is it after you're married?
Ooh, right.
Like, if you're in that dating world, be real. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide, because if they don't love who you are, they're not for you. Because there is somebody that will love you the way you are and help you to be a better person and not get annoyed by whatever quirks you have or however you're thinking, and it'll help save you a lot of time and probably a lot of heartache.
Absolutely. I think there's I gotta get rid of this word, I think. Obviously, you know what I'm thinking because I'm telling you what I'm thinking, right? I don't need to tell you that I think this. There is something that Amber and I did right. Okay? Now, we've done a lot of right, and we've done a little wrong. Okay?
Sure.
But what we did right is we dated for 3 years before we got married.
Some people wouldn't think that's right.
And they're wrong. Okay. Because and here's why. Because from the situations that Amber and I came from the life experiences that Amber and I came from, moving into marriage was something that we were going to take very seriously. And we have seen how people rush into relationships, rush into marriage, and then now after they're married, it's, oh my goodness, what did I just do?
Right.
And instead of saying, okay, you want to know what? We're going to go get into leadership. We're going to go find people who can help us become better as a couple. Great. We have these issues, but we're going to work through them together. They jump ship. They go the easy route per se. Okay. Now here we go. Right. If you've already hopped into the relationship and you're listening, so you're like, yeah, but my spouse this or my spouse that or something of that nature. Great. I hear you, but you have to focus on yourself. You can't change your spouse. You can only change yourself. One, two, if you do want your spouse to change, if you do want to get your spouse on board with the direction that you're trying to take your life, you need to get around the right people. Okay. And you need to make sure that your spouse is getting around the right people. All right. And if you're like, Nick, I really don't know where to go find those kinds of people, Elevate Life Church. And some people might look at, our series and go, is this sponsored by Elevate Life? No, it's not. But if I'm telling you over and over and over again to get into that church because it's going to change your life and it's going to get you moving forward, there's maybe something that you need to be listening to. And Sunday morning, you maybe need to wake up an hour early and get your butt in church. Get in the room.
Get in the room.
Get in the room.
Angelina, I know you're real. You can't hide anything on your face. Just like me.
But it is literally been a shift that has happened. Now, you might be like, Nick, I don't live near Elevate Life. Great. Go online and watch it, okay? If you live near Rockwell, I can't remember the name of the church that we actually went through our marriage counseling.
Wasn't it Grace Point?
No, it's the real big one off of Highway 30. It's, I'm sure Amber's going to drop the name of the church in the comments because she's really good at remembering things like that. But get involved in the church. there's a reason why that community will help move you forward in your dating relationship, in your marriage relationships. And if you're single, hey, guess what? Start going to Lake Point. Thank you, Lindsay. Did you read her comment?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Amber, for putting the comment in. Thank you, Lindsay, for saying it. Gotta make sure I got that right. But here we go, right?
Teamwork,
if you're single, it's so funny because you'll see this. People will go to church while they're single to go meet that person, right? To hopefully they'll find that person in church. Yes, I know it's time. I have to get this last thought out, okay? Sure. But if you're going, you have to go not to go meet that person. You have to go to build yourself up. Yes. You have to go to invest into yourself, okay? And it's almost like magic. You're going to attract that right individual.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't go hunting for that individual. Right. You have to go hunting for yourself, and then you're going to attract the right person to you.
That's actually how I found my husband.
Case closed. What Nick just said works. No, I mean, you literally just proved my point. You did.
If you're growing and you're focusing on your goals, you're going to become the person that, that person needs.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, and you're just hunting, you're not going to be developing yourself so that you are what they need.
And with that, we're going to end the show. You can't top what she just said. Like, we're just like, Nick said a lot of words and Lindsay was like,
here's the pretty
boom. That is greatness. So it is Friday. Here we go. You ready? Did you get your big 3 done for today? Did you get your big 3 done for the week?
The week. What's left for the week?
Yes. You have, today's Friday. Did you get your big 3 done?
You have about 6 hours. 6 hours? Go home early. 6 hours.
Get it done in 4. Get it done in 4. Get it done in 4 and leave, go. If you're married, if you leave, go home. And if you beat your spouse home, do something nice. Clean, vacuum. Seriously. You can do something super nice, super quick, that does not cost you any money. Clean a little. Okay? But get your big 3 done. And then
you could write them a nice note too. That too.
Or you could plan a date.
Ooh, plan a date.
Ooh, right. So make sure you have your big 3 done. Thomas Prisco. Oh my goodness.
I don't know who that is. Hi, Thomas.
Thomas. Okay, so we're about to go on a tangent here. Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I was
going to ask you about it after the show.
Yes.
What is that?
Yes. And bro, I am so glad that you joined this morning. Dude. Okay, we have to end the show now. We will talk about Wolfpack because that is a whole nother level of awesomeness. And Thomas was a leader of the Wolfpack.
So Thomas, you got to come back Monday because that's when we're going to talk about Wolfpack.
We're going to talk about I'm not going to talk about everything about Wolfpack. Well, just FYI, not everything.
There's
just some
secrets
things
in here.
Hey, it's a guy thing. All right, so make sure
you're going to talk about just publicize to the world.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure that you have your big 3 done. If you have this binder, the Full Focus Planner, make sure that you finish out the week, prep for next week. And with that, make sure that you
rise up
and crush it, y'all.
Bye,
y'all.